Please note that this show is only for educational purposes. All trades that you see here should be taken first in a demo account and is meant to reduce your learning curve. Having said that, should you want to take real trades, you should consult your financial advisor first. Although I do trade real accounts, I'm not recommending any of these trades for you. It is up to you if you want to follow me and take it in demo accounts. Thank you very much. Okay, hi guys, welcome to this weekly review. We're going to try to make this a weekly show if I have a lot of time. Like today, I can go to the full throttle. Sometimes I don't have the time, could be traveling, and then I'll just give a summary of what's going on. So this will allow you to pick whatever's in the market, and you can trade, and you can also soon you'll be able to use our robots to auto trade. So we will advise you on what I'm using here, okay? The parameters and all that. Now, before we go on, just a disclaimer here. You know, I'm not your financial advisor, and you should always consult your financial advisor if you want to do things on a real account. This is just an educational show, and whatever I see here is just simply what I'm doing. I'm not asking you to buy or sell anything. I'm not making trade calls. This is for educational purposes. You can follow me. You can see me for the purpose of education. So let's get back into the markets now. We see some very good setups coming for the following week. And here you see a good setup on, you know, USD yen. I expect the USD yen to keep on continuing up. This is a very, very clear pattern. This is on the 1 hour. You see it breaking up here to this flag here, went down, tried to re-challenge here. And just by looking at this, you know, it will actually go back down here if it's going to turn up again. Now, why do I like the USD yen? If you look at the daily chart here, I like this very nice pattern. I hope you can see it. It's a very, very clear pattern here. It is an inverse head and shoulders pattern, okay? Let me try to show this more clearer here, and we'll put this in green so that you guys can see here. You see that? That's there, 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 there. That's the head, that's the right shoulder here. And of course, this is supposed to go up at least, you know, that distance there, really breaking this channel here, probably around 111 and all that, and breaking this trend line here. But now it is basically going through a consolidation, so it probably hit things like that. So this is just an example of some of the patterns that I see here go like that and probably go like that there. At least that's what I expect. And you know, my traders, they know what to do here if we are in a situation like this. But now let's get back to the main show. So this is one of the probably the most easiest pick that I have for this week. And so let's go back to my PowerPoint so that we can discuss what is really going on in the market now. So it's going to be a very, very exciting time. You saw the Brexit vote really didn't go through, which is kind of good for us, okay? So, you know, Brexit make or break. So Boris Johnson failed in his effort to get the Brexit ratified for GB. They're going for another delay, and this could cause a lot of volatility in the forex market next year, especially with GBP pairs. So, you know, when in times like this, we usually get out of this GBP pairs. So, you know, Black Friday is coming. It's coming on actually the last Thursday of November. That is traditionally the start of the most bullish season of the market from November to around May next year. So the US trade war still remains in focus, expanding in Europe as yields collapse. Well, yields have kind of gone up again for the US treasuries. But the thing is, with yields collapsing, companies can now borrow at low rates and even refinance lower without having to pay back. So it's good for companies. It's good you have a borrower. Now, if you are a guy that is slightly older, above 50s, and rely on fixed incomes, okay, because you don't want to risk all your savings on all these high-risk instruments, then it's bad for you. For example, I rely on ASB to give me money, and also my employees' provident fund, giving me about 6 to 7% a year. This is not good for me. This is not good for people who have fixed deposit because the yields are really, really going down. So, you know, the fact is that now with the low yields, the market is on steroids, it's on drugs. But this can last. These drugs can last until 2020 because Trump is really very good in trying to get himself re-elected. Will there be a Santa Claus rally this year? I don't know. There wasn't one last year, but I'll be focused, really focused from November, December, January, February, in order to get our robots and our trading going on. Agriculture really depends now on China buying US 50 billion worth of produce and America not imposing any tariffs. I don't know how that could be done. So this could affect things like soybean, pork, and also, what's that? Cotton, okay, cotton, because this impacts that space. So if you're in that space, like my students are, then yeah, be careful of that. If they fail to secure 50 billion worth of produce, then those are going to go down. Now, I am puzzled how they're going to secure 50 billion worth of produce, because at the peak, they only secured 27 billion. When things were good, okay, China imported 27 billion only. So how US is going to get 50 billion, I am not really sure. So I'm betting on some of this agricultural produce, especially those that are linked to China, to actually go down, okay? Because, yeah, there's 23 billion gap. They don't tell me the Chinese are going to buy the 23 billion gap of produce. Having said that, you know, pork is kind of good. Okay, so when you look at agriculture here, you know, I see patterns showing bullish bias, traditional patterns. I'm looking at orange juice, I'm looking at coffee, I'm looking at natural gas. I think these three are really good. We're going to see some charts for some of these so that you know what I'm really talking about there. Natural gas, of course, is heading towards winter. This is always very good. Orange juice harvest is in November, December. Last year, it went up before going down. You know, it goes up before the harvest. During the harvest, naturally, it will go down, and then it goes back up again. You look at cocoa has been climbing up, and triple top 2.1 to 2.5. Look for double to triple top to short. The short here, coffee has turned bullish, you know, on falling. I know this pattern, it goes back up again. Orange juice is also turning bullish. So, you know, we rely on patterns really repeating themselves. So let's go and see some of these patterns so that you know what I am talking about now. Let me change the sharing to another screen here. Let's go look at natural gas, coffee, and also orange juice. Let me see here, share the screen, and let me share it here. Let's see here, I'm gonna share this thing. So I'm gonna get it here, and yeah, let's see here. So this is like natural gas. You go on a daily chart here, it's like 235, you know. So it went all the way up here to 270 and then went down. So, you know, natural gas goes like in a straight trajectory. It can go really fast up, and it can go really fast down. So you really got to really be careful of these sudden spikes. It can make a lot of money for you, but now you can see that it is going through this very nice consolidation pattern here. I really like this nice consolidation pattern here, like that. So you know that, you know, when it breaks up, it's really time to go. And this thing can even go up here to around 250 and challenge 270 again, because it looks like, you know, winter is coming up. So naturally the demand for natural gas should go up, because this is a very natural thing. It's kind of seasonal for that. Okay, so that's the charts that I see on natural gas. I also like this chart that I just said just now, right? I said coffee was good. Let's go take a look at coffee now. Let's see here. So coffee is like KC. This is investing.com. Okay, so coffee futures is there. And what I see in coffee is this. I'm going to clear this thing. Yeah, this is coffee. Okay, this is not natural gas. This is actually coffee, or rather, I shouldn't be confusing you guys, right? Let's just go here, up here, and let's go to coffee. Let's go to coffee up here. Yeah, that's there. And when you are here, what you want to do is just go to chart, just go to streaming chart, because we want to see the stream of this. Yeah, that's coffee 290. It went up on Friday. Let's go see the daily chart first. Yeah, so see, it was going down here, and went up on Friday. So there seems to be quite a strong support in this area, 93 area here. And if you see where coffee was, it was actually below 90 before, but it's down over 100. So it's a good buy. So remember here, it went to 88 and then it went to 104. And now that there's something like a double top here, there's something like double bottom here. So it looks like it could go up again. So what I would do here is that I'm basically waiting for another correction here. Let me draw this out. I'm actually just waiting for it to go for this. And if it does that, it goes, yeah, straight up again, over 100 again. So coffee again is something of my favorites now. That's the, let's see the hourly chart here. Do we have a sign on the hourly? Let's look at the daily chart there. Yeah, so that's kind of the daily chart. So if you want, you can even draw a trend line here. And that shows if it breaks this, it's going to go up very, very high. Okay, so again, coffee, I think, is just something that's waiting for a breakout. You go on the 1 hour chart. Again, I don't like seeing this really on the commodities, but yeah, it kind of broke this trend line here. So that's 1, 2, that's kind of like a triple bottom. That's kind of strong, you know, guys. It's very, very strong here, and it already broke this line here. So coffee definitely looks very good next week. You know, I did mention OJ, which is orange juice. Yeah. So to see in orange juice futures, where are we now? Again, it just went up, goes down, up. So it's traveling within this range. And to me, anything that's remotely related to a correction will definitely make it a buy. Just draw the trend line here. That's kind of the support. It's good if it comes back here. But I'm looking later at orange juice, not this week yet, okay? But yeah, I am kind of bullish now on orange juice, okay? So let's go to the next item on commodities. Now we're gonna talk about commodities a lot this week because there's a lot of things going on in commodities that makes them very, very bullish. And, you know, to me, it's simple. If there's an opportunity in that instrument, then by all means, we should look at that instrument. So next, let's go to this next pattern here. So commodities and agriculture take center stage because of this 50 billion supposed purchase from China. But China already said it would only do this if the USA does not impose tariffs in December. At the height, China only purchased 27 billion worth of goods. I do not know where it's going to come from. Agriculture products in question that are related to China, of course, soybean, pork, and cotton. So if you are in this, just be careful for a lot of volatility here, okay? You will expect a lot of volatility if you are in these assets here, soybean, pork, and cotton. And you see how soybean actually has made a high. So is the end in sight for this China agricultural bull? That's what I am going to ask. I most certainly think so, especially with soybean here, but you know, we'll see where it is. And soybean is at a high, which is kind of where I like it, because I like shorting things at high and buying things at low. I like doing things at extremes. Again, once again, I like, this is very important if you want to be successful in trading, I like trading at extremes. I don't like trading at small bases and all that. Just do it at extreme, but you got to be very, very patient in order to wait for it to go to extremes, okay? So next, another one of my favorites, I told you, is of course my favorite one is actually coffee. Don't have coffee yet now, but maybe I should get coffee to show you how serious I am about coffee. There it is, guys. I have my coffee, show you how serious I am for coffee. A rally in real. This is the Brazilian real, should drive prices in coffee because both are bullish. So real is really the Brazilian currency. So it's quite natural, you know, since the coffee is really denominated in real and it's sold in real. Of course, if the value of the Brazilian real goes up, then naturally the value of coffee should go up also. This is the same things such as palm oil. I really should put green. We're not Chinese, right? where Chinese and red would be bullish. This would go up if the value of the Brazilian real goes up against the US dollar. It's the same like in Malaysia. You know, we're a big exporter of palm oil since we have the ringgit. If the ringgit goes up, then naturally the prices of the commodity palm oil will go up in US dollars. Not sure whether people will be happy with that, because you know the producers, as far as they're concerned, they want more US dollars, right? So they want the currency to go down. So Brazilian real is an extreme. We already see a triple top at 420, and coffee has fallen down. And this is good, you know. This is kind of good. So let's go see what this is all about. Especially, let's go see what's happening with the Brazilian real. And then you can see this. I think this is really a cool relationship. I find this kind of cool. That there is a connection really between forex and commodities, and this should be the way. Of course, there's a connection. What am I talking about? So this is something that a lot of people really don't see. Okay, so I just like to show it to you here. I'm gonna go here. US coffee. Yeah, let's go see US coffee first here. Let me get my Zoom ready here. So yeah, there, and switch back here. So that's kind of like where's coffee? Let's go back to coffee KC, right? So that's coffee. So you see that it's suddenly going back up again. That's the daily chart there. But on the other hand, yeah, like that, right? You see this pointing up again, right? Now, let's see the Brazilian real, which USD BRL. This is the Brazilian real. So yeah, you see there the triple top there. So the USD Brazilian real is due to strengthen. Okay, the USD real is really due to strengthen. Of course, this will depend on the DXY or USD index going down. So we're going to see whether that's true or not. Okay, so this is going, so you see this bar here. I find this really fascinating. So this was when USD BRL went down on Friday, okay? So when the USD BRL goes down, it means the Brazilian real or BRL is up, right? So as I said, if the BRL is up, then coffee or KC should also go up. So on Friday, it did go down, which means BRL goes up. Earlier in the week, BRL went down. So did coffee go down and then go up the past week? Let's see. I'm not going to confuse you with having charts over charts. It's kind of confusing. So you see KC here. So you see that? So earlier in the week, as the Brazilian real weakened against the US dollar, coffee went down. When the Brazilian real strengthened against US dollar, coffee went up. See this dynamic here? I think that's kind of cool. So really, if you want to trade in coffee, you can also look at the Brazilian real. That's a nifty little trick, right? That's kind of cool, guys. So you know what to do now. Let's go back to the PowerPoint now. So coffee is definitely one of my great commodities choices. Now, another thing that I have here is kind of oats. Yeah, kind of oats here. Put this for my students, and it did go up here to 300 something. Right? I kind of saw like a head and shoulders pattern here. So yeah, it did went up here, and then it just went down. It's still bearish. That's another thing. So for oats, it's like above 300, sell, above 300, sell, above 300, sell. Kind of an easy pattern to decipher. Now let's go back to now currency. So you saw just now what I did see about the USD JPY, right? Again, Japanese yen. You know, are we seeing like a general trend of US dollar going up? I think we do, because I have two patterns that I see here in Russian ruble and also the USD Mexican. So again, before we do that, let's just take a look at what's happening. Yeah, we have to take a look what's happening in the DXY or US dollar index. So let's take a look at that now. Let's go back to my charts here, and where was my USD JPY here? Let me see that. No, don't see that. Sugar, yeah. Did I see that? No. Where was my, no, don't want to see that. Definitely don't see that. Yeah, let's see this. Let's see trading view. Trading view. Yeah, let's go and see my trading view so that I want to see my DXY, right? Let's see, not targeting view, trading view. Yeah. So let's go there, and then from here, I will go and press DXY, right? So we want to see DXY here, which is really the US dollar index. So no, I don't want to see that. I actually want to see, let's go back here. Yeah, let's go see DXY. Which is my dollar currency index. Yeah, so if you look at DXY now, it's really, yeah, it's really gone down. That is the hourly chart. We look at the daily chart here. See, it's gone down this path now, and if you look at the hourly, it's gone down. This is, I think this is because of the Brexit, issue. So I expect it to actually rebound back up. I think the overall direction of DXY is down. But if you look at the general direction on how the DXY goes down, you know, it goes down and then here, and then it basically forms a flag here, okay? This is a flag formation, and then breaks down again, and then forms another flag, and then breaks down again, and then forms another flag, and then breaks down again. So I think that because of the decision on Brexit, and because it's really, it really depends on the conditions of what's going on. And you saw last weekend that Brexit wasn't approved. And so Euro went up, and this brought the dollar index down. But the fact that Brexit wasn't approved, you know, the Euro will probably go down next week. And I think that what you would see now is that the US dollar index will probably start going up like that. Which means US dollar go up. And then when it goes down like up like that, then I think you'll probably see another pattern where, you know, it goes to a flag again and then goes down again. So it looks good for if you are bullish USD, at least for this week. And, you know, we really should see things that are bullish on USD. So let's go back and see Mexican peso and also Russian ruble now. Share now, we change the share. Let's go see this one. So let's go see, so I like, you know, the Mexican peso is kind of mysterious to me. Really, let's go back here. Yeah, so again, this shows you the chart of the Mexican peso here. It's gone down by quite a lot. No, sorry, this is the Russian ruble. What am I talking about? Let's go see the Mexican peso here. There, and what you can see here is that, you know, it has gone down like that. So you need a lot of hedging skills if you're going to do this. And, you know, this is going down to the trend line here. So, you know, I would probably take a bet that it will turn around at this trend line here. Around here, this is at 19.07 or so. So because this is a very long-term trend line that wow, this is like almost wow, what is that? That's almost a 2-year trend line, right? So that's kind of cool, and I'm betting it stays there. So let's see if the markets are able to rebound, or maybe it rebounds early next week because of the case of the euro going down early next week. Brexit just didn't happen. I'm not sure about the euro, but I do expect it to go down next week because it looks like Brexit is going to be subjected to another delay. Okay, so Mexican peso, I think it's really worth the risk around this area here. And if you know what I'm telling my traders, then you know that this is something that's really worth it to do, because I show my traders a lot of things that, you know, things that work in the market is things that we don't think even work in the market. That's really the secret of being successful in the market. You got to see things that are that people don't think work, but they actually work. And I happen to see that because I happen to work with a lot of people that have money and do all this research stuff. Thanks for that. And then I just simplify it so that you guys can trade as normal, okay? So Russian ruble also is something that's very, very interesting that I see here, because, you know, really, I think the ruble is about to go down. So USD ruble is about to go up. You see this nice trend line here on the daily. So what do? You just wait, okay? You just wait until you see a point where, let's go back here. Sorry for that. You just wait until you kind of see a point here where it kind of breaks up from this trend line. Okay, I don't know when, but we just wait there. But if you want to try, you can basically wait for it even to wait over this hourly chart, and then if it goes above this daily chart, then it's really a very bullish thing. So you have two plays on the Russian ruble here. You just wait until it breaks here, and then you take a buy, and then if it goes here, you just wait, because this will be very, very bullish. So even if it does that, I do expect a very, very common pattern that we've seen before. Probably will look like this once it breaks up, okay? Like that, and then it's probably going to flag, and then like that, and then flag, and then like that. Again, that's usually how it's done. So you need to do it here. So we don't know when, okay? But again, be careful and be aware that that thing is definitely going to happen. So, you know, what we're doing now is that I'm busy training my guys on the robot. So we're doing a lot of different scenarios on the robot to find out what is most suitable for you. Probably next week, I talk more about the robots and the different strategies that we're using for the robots. And then the following week, we'll talk more about pairings, but at least for tomorrow, next week, it's going to be a very short show. So our robot is progressing very well. You can see on my FX book, right? You can see it on my FX book here. Yeah, see that. You can see it on my FX book. You can just find me, okay? So if you go on my FX book, just find Ahmad Shukri 2004. You can see the results there. So you see in our high risk robot, we made like 19.99% in the month last month. In our low risk robot, we made 10.28. So we're just monitoring this. Everything is transparent. Register yourself at Handtech Global. You see the link down there on YouTube, and you can register there. I don't think I have a problem making 10% a month to the robot. So getting the other one gets another 10%. And this is how I really structure my teaching, basically to the robots. As long as you know how to control it, or if you copy me, you can get around 5 to 10% a month. If you want the extra 10 to 15, then you come to classes and I'll teach you the extra trades that we can take by looking at the robots, or take, you know, the commodities trade that I just showed just now. That will make you an extra money. So getting the robot is actually kind of the beta. So this is how the market goes. And I think 5 to 10% is something that we can easily achieve, but getting the extra is something that you need more knowledge for. That's really how I go on and teach people. So this is kind of cool because it makes it easier for every one of us to trade. And that is so important for me. So, you know, just as a review here, but we're going to look for some more charts. You know, agriculture, I do like coffee for bullish. This is all a buy. Okay, just be specific with that. Coffee, I think, is a good buy here. Yeah, like this. I think that coffee is kind of a good buy. Soya bean is a buy, sugar is a buy, cotton is a buy. This and this are linked to the US trade war. While on the other hand, if you see sugar and you see coffee, this is linked to the Brazilian real, right? Brazilian real. So we already saw that. I don't like sugar. I like soybeans because it's kind of high. We're going to see soybeans chart afterwards before we go off. We saw coffee, yeah, sugar, soybeans, and all that. Forex, we saw USD, Rube, Mexican. USD JPY. I also like Euro CHF. This is buy, buy, buy. Whereas Euro CHF, I do see a short here. Okay, I do see a short because this is also at its high. Energy, we saw natural gas. Related to natural gas is ethanol, because ethanol is also linked to the Brazilian real. And why is this so? Because the feedstock for ethanol is actually sugar. That's how it's so. I want to buy metals. I know palladium is like a short, gold is a short, but this one I'm looking to buy metals in a big way. So I'm kind of waiting for it to go to support at 1465. I don't know whether it will go to support or not. So looking also for turnaround of precious metals. When they go to support, then looking to buy them back again. So let's see here. Let's go here and let's go back to this thing. I'm gonna go back to the charts now, okay? Let's go back to the charts. Let's go back to the charts. Let's go see charts. And new share and charts. Yeah, you guys like charts, right? Okay, go there, share the charts. Nope, didn't do it. Okay, let's go back to the charts here. So I told you, yeah, saw oats. Now I'm going to see soybeans now, because I think soybeans is quite high, okay? It's due for something. That I can tell you, almost certainly is due for this 933. So again, when you're here, just go to streaming chart. And you see at the daily, yeah, it's quite high, okay? So it's really at a high now. This is what I like about soybeans. This is because of the US trade war and the negotiations with China. So you see here, 1, 2, 3. So, you know, this is of course different from last time where it was very, very high, but it kind of went down to 800 and then now it's at 933. So really, really stretching the limit here. I like shorting at highs here, okay? I really love shorting at highs here. I don't think this will last because again, as I said, I really don't know how China is gonna buy 50 billion worth of goods. And a lot of it is gonna be soybeans, which are also feedstock for pork in China. And what else did we say just now? We also saw this, right? Sugar, yeah, sugar. I kind of like sugar, SB. Sugar is SB, yeah, sugar futures. And you see this island, okay, this is a gap up here. I think the gap will continue. So it went up, it went down. I think, yes, it is due to continue up like that. Yeah, kind of like that here. This is very bullish, but this depends on also the Brazilian real going up. So a turn in the Brazilian real is good if you see how sugar made it. I mean, this really shocked me. I was monitoring this, didn't get in, and suddenly it gapped up, much to my horror. Okay. Should have made more money on this. Let's go and see this. Yeah, if you draw a line here, it's really kind of cool because it kind of broke this uptrend line just like that, okay? So, you know, I was hoping it would come down here, or here at least it would be better, but it looks like it's ready to make its way up. Now, I also told you that we are ready to see this one, right? Euro Chief is something that I am really, I really like Euro Chief. Let's go to trading view. I don't know why I keep losing my trading view chart. Yeah, DXY. Yeah, it's like that. So rather than look at DXY, we like to see Euro Chief, right? Get out. So again, I see Euro Chief here. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, it's going to go up. It didn't, okay? And it's going to go down here. It's going to go way down here. So that's kind of the chart for Euro CHF. So I think if it breaks that, yeah, it's definitely going to do that. Probably break that tomorrow on a gap down. So if you look at daily here, yeah. So you see how it's done here. So what you can see here is actually a very nice channel formation forming, right? It's just like that. And then there's another channel down here, and that is what. So you see here the pattern here that's forming. This is something that's really good, short on the downside. So what else do we need to cover? Let me see. Oh, you guys want to see gold and palladium, right? Sure. Let's go back and let's kind of see gold. And you know, gold is really not my favorite thing here. So XAUUSD. If you see gold here, yeah, this is kind of gold. And yeah, that's the daily, right? So it's like if you take the thing here, you want to know when to do a buy. It's easy. It's got to break this line again. But if you see this and let me do another trend line here. That, yeah. So it's got to break that uptrend line there. I think the support is really somewhere around here. Here, right? So, you know, just go to the hourly chart. So, yeah, it's nothing going much there. I'm just waiting for something to happen here on gold. It's still far away from here. If it does go towards here, then yeah, I would be interested if it goes around here for making a bet for it to go here. But I'm just waiting for it to go down so that, you know, at least around down there, kind of know what to do. Here, I really don't know what to do. What is that 4-hour chart? Again, nothing much going on for gold. So that's it for now, guys. So I'm going to see you next week. Probably going to be a short session where I just show you the sectors which I'm interested in. And next week, we'll also talk more about the robot. Then probably the following week will come to a more detailed discussion on the opportunities. Okay, guys. So thank you very much. Thank you for watching my show. Okay, guys. Bye-bye. See you later.